Alright, so what I'm going to do in this video is show you, it's a teaching video about the ADX and DI, which is going to show the bulls, the bears, and the momentum in the move. So it's just a way, an indicator you can use from here to the rest of your life to see how strong is this move we're in now on small time frames, medium time frames, and large time frames. And I'll break that down for you as well. All you have to do is go to the indicators up here, and then I have it right here as a favorite, but just search in the search bar ADX and DI, find the one with the most views here, click that and it'll pop up. You can change the settings if you want to. If you just click on it and then you go to this little thing here, you can change the color or the thickness of the line, however you want to do it. Let's change the thickness just for now. So then you press OK. And I've got it set to where the green line is the bulls and then the red line is the bears. And then this purple line here is the momentum in the move. So the higher it is, the stronger the momentum in the move. The lower it is, the more likely we are to consolidate. So like right now, we had this cross today that shows, hey, the bears are in charge. The red is bad, basically a downward move. But since the purple line is down here, it's going to be probably a small move until this picks up. But this can just cross back down, and then bulls move back up and create an upward momentum move. So basically, just pay attention to these crosses here, all throughout here. When you've got low volume down here, low momentum down here, and then we get a cross, that's a good sign right there. The farther the mouth is, so if you look at the mouth right here, the farther it is apart, the stronger the move. So just remember that. Like right here, the mouth's not very far, so the move's not very big. So like right here, we just had this cross, so bulls are losing control to a small degree, but the momentum's still kind of flat here, so we'll have to see how this plays out. Maybe it just goes sideways, drops a little bit. But if the mouth opens even more and this starts printing, the purple line starts printing higher and higher, we're going to have a drop. But if you look at the past, like right here, the green line crossed and the mouth started opening wider and wider, and then the momentum started moving up. So we started having this big move here. And then once we crossed, the bears gained control, and it's kind of moved sideways since then because this purple line has just kind of stayed consistent. And you can look farther back in the past. See, like this was a small bear move here. They broke through and then came down. And that might be it kind of looks like what we're experiencing here. Just kind of have to see how that plays out. Same situation here. We had a breakthrough here, and then bulls took control and then moved up. So this is on the 1 day. You can do it on any time frame. Do it on 4 hours. See how the mouth is widening here? The green and red are separating, and then the momentum starting to build here. So we might have a little drop here on the shorter time frame. So kind of like what happened over here. It was sideways, and then it broke through, and then we had a drop. And then once the mouth started just kind of going sideways and then opening, it started going up. So the momentum started staying stagnant, kind of sideways, and our price action kind of has been sideways for a while. And that's the 4 hour. You can look right here, so see how the bigger the momentum here, the bigger the move's been. So what was that? 55% move. Bears had control over here on the 4 hour, and then it dropped. Had this drop here. what was that? Once it crossed, you know, like a 13% dip. So this is just giving you an idea of what could happen here. If we look at the 3-day, just remember the longer the time frame, the stronger it is. So right here we're getting a we're getting a close, but the momentum's starting to come down as well. So we might just bounce right off of this. Since we've been in a bull market here, we've stayed separated from that red line. So I really don't think we're going to cross it, especially in this part in the cycle. But I mean, we could have some drops here. Same thing happened over here. And then we finally crossed. But that was, you know, wave one, and then we went into this downward turn for quite a while. See what happened over here? We had this huge gap here, and then we rallied really, really far. So that's a longer time frame. Let's go to the weekly. This is on Litecoin, by the way. So weekly, once we started the bear market, or the bull market, we never really crossed again until we were here. So we stayed open for, let's see how many candles that was, how many weeks. We opened right here, and then we closed here. So we had 60 weeks. And where are we at now? $25 weeks, so 60 weeks. Somewhere around November is where I expect us to finally get a cross down. I mean, anything can happen, but this is pretty likely. But I'll keep you updated on that. Kind of same thing here. We had a little opening here. So longer time frames, stronger the move. That's pretty much it. The momentum is still way up here as well. In this move, it's still very small compared to this move. So I think we're still going to go higher on weekly time frames. And you can do this with anything. You can do it with BTC. Let's get one that I don't have anything on it. Let's try Bitfinex. Okay. So see, kind of the same thing here. We're still open right here, and during this bull run we were still open. We were completely open until we crossed right here. And we've been completely open as well. Momentum is a lot stronger this run. I mean, obviously it's went completely straight up. But that's on the weekly. You can probably do it on the monthly too. Yeah, same thing with the monthly. We are having a curve down. And momentum, the purple line's not really even all that high. I mean, it's just pretty much started, so hopefully that continues up. 3-day, kind of pointing down here too. Let's see, did we stay open for a while on this one? Yeah, there were some small crosses that we had, little fake outs on every pullback. So we could get that now. I think it's a little early for that. I think we still have a little bit higher to go before we have a pullback. But like I said, if we break that that pennant that we're in, and we start closing daily candles below this pennant, I have to look at other indicators as well, but that could be bad if we break through. Close 1 or 2 candles below that. 2 candles for confirmation, so if it closes below, just passing it's fine, and then getting a wick up and being bought back in is fine. We just don't want a candle close and then another candle close even lower. But I'll be watching that in the Telegram and the Patreon. So we can look at a daily as well. Looks like we're getting really close to touching here, but we also did that right here. Momentum is pretty low right now as well, so I don't think the move's going to be too dramatic unless this purple line picks back up. Let's look at the 4 hour. So we had that cross, momentum's still pretty low, purple line's still way down here. If that momentum line starts curving back up and then passing maybe around here, we might be in some trouble in the smaller time frames. And that could cause us to break down. I don't think that's going to happen. Normally what happens when we draw these kind of pennants, we normally break out about 80% of the way through or so. So maybe around the end of April, and then fall out of this wedge and have a correction. And not sure how long that correction lasts, maybe 3 months or so. If we break up above this, I would assume we go parabolic, and then we have a longer ABC correction. And that would be the end of the wave 3. So the wave 3 could end somewhere in here, or we could go parabolic and then have that wave 3 correction. You can even do this on the hourly as well. See, we had this cross here, had a cross here, and then price started falling. Yeah, so we had that cross, and then price just continued to drag down. But momentum's pretty low. It picked up here for a while, and then it curved back down. So we might go sideways here for a little bit. Let's look at ETH. Same thing here, but it's curving back down, which is good on the hourly. 4 hours still pointing up here. Momentum's low. Momentum's still really low. We did have a cross here, a bearish cross. We're just going to have to see how this plays out in the next couple of days. This still looks good on the 3-day. 1 week still looks good, still strong momentum to the upside. Monthly's getting a curve down here, but momentum's picking up still. We did a trade in the group, XLM, today, or yesterday. Let's see how that's playing out. So yeah, on the daily, the momentum is still low. We did have a bullish cross here. We still have this cross here. The mouth is opening on the 3-day. The 1 week, we're still way up here. Momentum still way up here, and we're still separated here. This weekly candle isn't exactly what I want to see. They call that a spinning top. It's almost a spinning top, and that means that the trend is going to continue most of the time. And I mean, the trend is up on this one, so hopefully we get a curve here and push back up. We can look at other indicators too, but I want to keep this strictly as ADX for right now. We look at 4 hour. Bulls are still in control here. Looks like momentum's picking back up as well. And then 1 hour. I don't really like to look at the 1 hour very often. I'll look at the 4 hour, the 1 day, the 3-day, the 1 week, and the 1 month. Those are the main ones that I pay attention to. If I'm trying to look for an entry, I'll mostly use the 4 hour. Make sure the stochastics RSI is overbought before I end up buying any unless the 1 day is really oversold. Um, or excuse me, if the 4 hours oversold, then I'll buy during that time frame, and then if the 1 day is oversold, I'll be buying that too. Especially the weekly. You know, the longer the time frame, the stronger it is. So yeah, I just wanted to teach you how to use the ADX and DI to kind of make long-term decisions for bull markets and bear markets, and when you want to start adding to your position. So just pay attention to these crosses here. Like, it gets pretty confusing here when there's a bunch of different crosses, but if you plan on buying something, waiting for a cross is really helpful. Waiting for a cross and confirming a cross is really helpful to maximize your buys. Oh, let's look at XLM BTC. So XLM BTC, I want to talk about this as well. So we purchased some yesterday at, I think we bought it probably somewhere around here. And here's yesterday. So we bought it somewhere in here. No, somewhere in here. Okay. So we had a cross there. And then we have a bullish engulfing candle right here. This wick is just testing all of this. And then I think we're going to go higher from here. I do want to look at the other indicators, but let's look at the ADX and DI real quick. So we still have this separation here. Bulls are still in control. Bulls are still in control here as well. And then monthly. There's not too much data on this chart, but yeah, bulls are still in control. Momentum is curving to the upside here, which is really bullish. I'm going to throw up a couple more indicators on this one. So we'll use the MACD, and then we'll use the stochastics. Okay, so yeah, for the monthly, stochastic still looks good. Weekly, the MACD is pointing down, but I think we're going to probably get a curve here. Three-day momentum's kind of dying off. It's in the oversold territory, and it has been for quite a while. Once this passes right here, this 2020 line, we should go up higher. As long as it doesn't stay down here for a while, that would be bad news. But I don't think that's going to happen because everything's kind of curving back up here. And then we pass through this line here, and we're continuing higher. We are printing higher on the histograms on the 1 day, so I expect that 3-day to eventually turn as well, and then pass through just like this one did, and then eventually the weekly will too. Okay, so that's the trade that we're in. Hanging on to XLM. I'm going to hang on to it for a while. I think the price targets I have are pretty good for getting in, even if it drops from here. Those price targets are pretty good. And we've got increasing volume here and then a low volume pullback. And that's what you want to see. These low volume pullbacks, whenever price is dropping, is always what you want to see. It means that nobody's selling. So the price is dropping, very few people are selling. And then we should get some green candles here. It's got a long way to catch up to the BTC evaluation that happened way back here. So it's been in this accumulation range on BTC, and we're just kind of waiting for this to break out. With IBM partnership, I think that Stellar is going to be a big currency in the future, especially because XRP is being sued. XRP and Stellar go hand in hand, so I believe that this is going to do really well in the future. I mean, it's already gone up. From its low, where's it at? $1,400%, went all the way up to 2,200, and where we entered again for the second call in this one, it was already down, 35%. So the first call that I made in the group was right here, and then a re-entry right here. I really like how this is curving up too. This is what you definitely want to see. And it's passed through that line, so histograms are starting to print green. All right, so you can use that ADX and DI for the rest of your life on any kind of chart, gold, silver, anything, Tesla stocks, whatever you want to look at. It's really helpful. Imagine if you didn't know anything about charts, you just learned something, boom, you buy when there's a cross. There's a cross here, you buy, cross here, you buy, and then you wait until we have a cross here, you buy. Now there are fake outs. So like right here, so this here was a little fake out. So you could have waited a couple days to see if it actually separated a little bit more, and then it didn't separate, and then it dropped, and then we had a cross here. So just buying, cost averaging on crosses is helpful. So you can take that with you. That's all I've got for today. Just kind of a teaching tool, something to really help you in the future to buy cheaper stocks. Not very many people know about that, so you can throw in some money during those crosses. All right, that's it. Thanks.